Guess who forgot to record their voice again? Hey there, this is the Chipmaster, and welcome back to another episode of Laggy Fantasy Tactics. In today's episode, we're going to be covering Igros Castle, particularly the battle with Dycedarg and Dycedarg. Reverse that though, we're taking care of Dycedarg first. Now, I'm going to show my setup at the start of this battle right here. Right there we have Ramza, just to set up. Everyone I have bringing in has elf mantles, besides one very obvious person. And the reason why I brought elf mantles, I will point out when it's relevant. And for a surprise, I'm actually going to include a red chocobo in my party for this fight. Monsters are really useful for these kinds of battles whenever I'm not really feel like I'm cleared out or anything. Dycedarg is really hard to take down. I'd argue he's harder than the second part of the fight. Dycedarg is, he just takes a beating, and with the Defender, which has regen now, he just lives forever. So, at the start here I'm going to Scream, so I can get my Brave up to 99, so I can get as close as possible to 100, so I don't have to worry about, dying if I'm in critical health. HP restore is really helpful. Now, Salbag in this fight is kind of useless. That's kind of a sad thing. I would love if he was more useful. He does a lot of damage to Dycedarg. I think they have good compatibility with one another, unlike most of my team with him. But Red Chocobo here is going to start putting in a lot of work, because he's fast, and I'm going to try to make him faster. With haste, very soon. Now, this guy up here, this knight, he's really scary. I think he's one of the members from RPGDL. Tidewalker, I believe, is his name on there. I'm not 100% sure. But he's scary. He punches people really hard. He doesn't have a weapon, but I think he has martial arts. I didn't look at his skill set, to be honest with you. I just saw him run down in my first attempt and just OHKO one of my mages, and I'm like, shit. But, no. This fight is really difficult at the start, especially since Salbag is going to die without really getting a second hit in. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. He just comes down here, and thankfully he misses my mage, which is very fortunate. So, like I said earlier, I'm going to try to get haste onto the Red Chocobo here. The Red Chocobo is kind of the MVP for the first part of this fight, since he's able to do a lot of safe damage to Dycedarg. He doesn't have to get in range of his sword skills to be able to do damage. He can just stay 5 spaces away and just keep raining meteors down. Unlike Ramza here. I put Ignore Height on Ramza so I could get to Dycedarg quicker. I realized here that I can't actually get to him, so I just try to Wave Fist him, and it does pitiful damage. My Ramza has bad compat with Dycedarg, I believe. Might be worse compat actually, but I'm not 100% sure. He doesn't get in a lot of hits for this round. He does get a meaningful game-changing hit very late into it, but he doesn't get anything amazing. Most of the damage is done by the Red Chocobo himself. Or itself, I suppose we don't know its gender. Thank goodness for the text-skipping pack Exifane from Final Fantasy Tactics. It makes going through this text a lot easier. But yeah, that's all Salbag wrote. Now, I need to take care of this knight before he gets way up into my grill. I was thinking about a Mimic Darabin, but I realized that I could just negotiate him and get a stop for a higher percent. Mimic Darabin's really good and all, since it's basically a 50% chance to haste, listen to me, I was reading what was going on screen, to put enemies to sleep if you don't realize it, and it's AoE, so it makes it really good. It's a nice contrast to the Oracle Sleep, which is a lot more accurate, but it's also only a single target. So if you haven't realized yet, the gimmick of this battle is that Dycedarg is supported by a bunch of bards, and I mean a bunch of bards. It's kind of silly. These singing knights, it used to be an old joke on the game FAQ boards, I believe. One of the optimal, quote-unquote, one of the optimal setups is just singing knights, and it just sort of stuck around for a while. It's been years since I've read that joke, though, so I'm not even going to try to interpret it or say it again or anything along those lines. I just remember reading about that whenever I used to frequent the game FAQ boards. But, this part of the fight is going okay. All the knights are just setting up buffs and stuff. Now, I didn't know what to really do with these two since they don't have maintenance, because I don't want them to have maintenance. Because I really like quick charge or short charge, and I need magic attack up to boost my mediator's attack for a little bit later, since he has bad compat with Goatman. There we go. We'll go with Goatman. I have no idea how to pronounce any of these names. So, we get another meteor off, and it looks like we're going to finish him off very quickly, but sadly, Ramza doesn't get a turn before he does, and it makes him run into this group of knights he has going there. Now that Dycedarg's in critical, though, I'm going to start... Oh, no. I'm going to start moving over here, and I don't know what I'm actually doing with him. Oh, I'm casting Re-Raise. That's actually pretty good. I casted Re-Raise on him thinking a couple of different things. I'll explain them when we get to the second part of the fight. But, yes. So this is what I was talking about. He's in the middle of those knights, and I can't really do anything about it, so I just scream here and wait, I believe. No, actually, I moved back. I moved down here. Be safer. And when I saw Dycedarg get haste here, I was like, God damn it. Because Dycedarg hurts. Like, the understatement of the year, Dycedarg really fucking hurts. I may aim this knight here to give Ramza a little less to worry about when he goes into rush again. Because having one knight that can't do anything is very nice. Now here I miscount like 4 or 5 times, 5 spaces. I'm like, wow, shoot. I'm not very good at this. Counting is hard. Trust me, it's the hardest thing in the world. But, come on, me. Come on, move. Thank you. That's embarrassing. I don't know why this last couple of battles I've just been having a really hard time actually visualizing how far attacks go, and it's really hard to just keep it straight for me. Now, Dycedarg getting more speed here is horrible because it means he can start healing more. So I realized that I can't go ham on him right here, and even if I could go ham, I wouldn't be able to get a lot done. So I decided to just, instead of, I thought about reviving Salbag, but then I realized I have worse compat with him. So that wouldn't work too well, so I decided just to cast Ultima on him to do some solid damage. So this knight, Tide down here gets unstopped, and I'm like, nope, and we stopped him pretty much instantly again. I don't want to be there whenever he gets around to moving again. Thankfully, that's basically the last time we're going to see Tide take an action in this fight. Right now, I'm just trying to set my units up for the second part of the fight, because if you don't know, there's a Zodiac fight right after this fight, except there's no gap in between them, so what's going to happen is that basically the Adrielek, or Goatman as I've called him, is going to come up and he's going to basically be ready to go as soon as we go. As soon as this fight ends. Another nameless song. Thankfully, the Protect doesn't do anything against the Ultima or Choco Meteor. So Ultima gets cast, we put him back into critical, thankfully. And I believe the red Chocobo goes next here, yep. So I take 5 spaces away again, because I want to stay as far away from Dycedarg as possible, and drop a meteor on him. And that's all she wrote. I'll be honest with you, that I consider the red Chocobo the MVP of this fight, even if he's going to be completely useless in the next part of it, as you'll see. Just being able to commit get a lot of free damage onto Dycedarg without having to get close to him, really good. So Adrielech here comes out, he vanishes Salbag like he always does. There's actually a glitch here where you can get some of the knights through if you charm them before Adrielech come out, and they will actually fight with you till they get uncharmed, and it's actually pretty funny. But no. After messing around with Adrielech for a little while in my previous attempts, I learned that he has a bunch of weaknesses to some status effects. He's weak to poison, he's weak to don't move. Those were the 2 big ones, poison and don't move. I was originally going to try to poison him, but then even if I use poison, it's still too close and I'll get hit with something. And I don't want to get hit with anything, trust me, he hurts. He hurts a lot, and I don't want to mess with him at all. So I just want to stay as far away as possible. He does this turn 1, it turns all your units to undead, and blinds them, and slows them. That's why I have the Elven Mantles on, though, because with the Elven Mantles on, I can be immune to slow, and that means that's one less thing I have to worry about. And he wastes a turn doing it every time, so it's wonderful. He also has another spell called Raise 3. What Raise 3 does is it removes the undead status effect, but it hurts you because it's supposed to be a healing spell at the same time. So it's very clever how it works, actually. So he slows you and then just bashes you with Raise 3. And then after that, he uses Gafgarian's Life Blade or something like that. God damn it, the name slips me at the moment. But he uses it, and he basically heals to 999. Some other things he can do is Charm, which is absolutely horrifying. So my red Chocobo gets turned against me and basically bops my poor wizard. Thankfully, HP Restore kicks in, and she can survive another hit if need be. Also, fuck you, Mustadio. You don't want to get hit by anything ever. Mustadio is going to be super useful, but he's also just a pain in the ass because he just can't take a hit, or sorry, he can't take a hit, but he also doesn't get anything when it comes to magic, or getting hit with magic. I had to cast Haste on him a couple of times, I believe once or twice, to actually hit him. And since he's going to be constantly renewing Don't Move, oh, by the way, that's the other thing he can do, he can Petrify. So even though my Chocobo is petrified, I still consider him the MVP of the fight. He looks the prettiest on the field. That's what I consider in how valuable a unit is. I cast Haste on Ramsa because I want to get more yells off. Now, what I'm going to be doing basically is hitting Mustadio with yells, and it's for two reasons. One, I want to keep renewing. I want to keep renewing Don't Move as much as possible, and speed actually increases the hit percentage for Don't Move, or leg aim in this part, or leg aim as it's called. So, you see it was 80% before, but now it's 81, so one speed equals 1%, basically. Chocobo gets unslowed, thankfully. Now it can be a statue quicker. So, I'm just going to keep dropping yells onto Mustadio as I let my mediator just wail, and this is sort of how it goes for the rest of the fight. I'm out of range for Adrielic to do anything, and Arjamark. Is that how it's spelled? I don't know. I'm out of range for all his abilities, and he can't do anything to me. So I just shoot him for the rest of the battle while buffing my two units who are doing damage status effects. Because I want to basically not let him get another turn in for the rest of this. I thought of this as being the easiest way to deal with him, because my previous attempts, I tried going all out or going full defensive against him, and it didn't really work. So I found this strategy where I just keep him locked down and snipe the ever-living shit out of him. If I was a little better equipped, I'm pretty sure I could win a damage race versus him. However, it would still be difficult because his Night Sword heals him for 999 health, because he does a ton of damage. A ridiculous amount of damage. I'd rather get hit with the magical spells and let him do light swords, because he just hurts that much. It's just amazing. I don't know what his stats are. I might ask somebody about that, because I was just surprised the first time I send Ramsa up there, and Ramsa goes up and he's used Scream about 6 times at this point in the fight, and he goes up and just 210. I'm like, okay, that's alright for bad compat, and then Adrielic just comes back and blood swords them, and it's like, well, shit, what are you going to do? But this is going really well at the moment. I have really bad compat with him. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that like 3 or 4 times by now. But I'm still doing consistent solid damage. I think he has about around as much health as Sauria did, the previous Zodiac boss we fought. So it won't take that long to snipe him down here, even if I'm doing sub 100 damage. It could be a lot worse, trust me. A lot worse. If you're wondering why I'm not trying to shoot with Mustadio and just keep reenacting his leg aim, it's because I don't want it to wear off, because I know it's going to miss. And in the back of my mind, when I see it's going to miss, it's just like, oh, that's game. He's just gonna come down here and wreck me. So that's why I keep boosting Mustadio's speed and hit rate so he gets as many turns so he can apply leg aim as often as possible. Which is, as you can tell, very important for the strategy. It kind of makes him a little bit of a joke. Ardromac? Yes, that Adromac. I think that's how you say it. I'll get it eventually. But it makes him a little bit of a joke. Like the one time I make the right here, I attack and then I miss the leg aim next turn, and I'm just thinking to myself like, oh shit. Oh shit. I know in the back of my mind I was like, it's not gonna run out before I'm able to apply it again, but I've gotten horrendously unlucky before. I missed 90% in a row. Another Mustadio haste miss. Damn it, Mustadio. I didn't let Mustadio I don't let Mustadio attack after that, by the way. I'm like, I'm not even gonna risk that. I think I missed a shot too. Yes. So that's when I was like, well, it's over. I'm lost. That was my irrational self speaking, but that was basically the oh shit moment of the battle for me. But thankfully, I hit the rest of the late game. Spoilers. That's good though. I don't want to redo this fight. Adromac. Fuck it. Goatman complied really well with me. I got the battle under control very quickly, and that's sort of the thing about Final Fantasy Tactics battles. The sooner you get the fight under control, the easier it is. That's what you want to do. You want to make sure that the enemy can't really do anything, because the more random, quote-unquote, elements you have going on in the fight, the harder it is to tame it. So having one unit on here is really easy to control. And by the way, he has critical quick as his reaction ability, not that it's really going to help him. He's close to death, though. He also has, I think, 100 Brave, too. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, I'll find out when next time I attack, I suppose. Because I don't remember him activating it once. But I can see how it'd be really scary if I was meleeing him here, because the critical quick would just make it so, oh, that's some nice damage he did. Excuse me, that's some nice damage he did. Well, let me heal it all up with my Night Sword, you know? But 999 health, yeah. I wish I kept the recording of that, because it was basically just me going, oh man, okay, we got this. Oh shit! That was basically my reaction. But, I think this is where he dies. Yes, I get this cinematic Fire 3 from my Blaze gun there. Or Glacier gun if we're talking original tactics, mistranslation. Also, shit! He said shit! This game is too too mature for me. Still, this fight was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun planning for it. I know it wasn't that impressive to watch, but it was a good fight. I actually like what they did with him. I want to talk with Laggy a little bit more about him, because it seems like he's a really interesting fight. So, I suppose on that note, this is the Chintmaster, and I'm signing out.